Over the last few years, Apple has made some incredible strides in improving their camera technology, to the point that I've considered recommending the iPhone 13 as the camera to buy if you're an aspiring creator. But unfortunately, the iPhone 13 still has some big-time shortcomings that seriously limit its ability to be a serious setup for content creators. Well, in today's video, I'm going to challenge myself to attempt to solve all of those shortcomings with a little bit of scrappy jerry-rigging. Let's get into it. Okay, so let's start off with one of the biggest areas where the iPhone struggles: stability. Now, the nice thing about the iPhone is that it's small and compact. However, a big downside of the iPhone is that it's small and compact. So because of its form factor, it's difficult to hold with stability for cinematic camera movements. Cinema cameras and mirrorless cameras utilize large grips, 2 or more points of contact, and weight to help keep them sturdy. But if you're finger holding your iPhone with some little crab fingers, that's really just not going to cut it. So what I did is I went in search of the best iPhone grip. And what I settled on was the Beast Grip Pro. I honestly tried a bunch of different iPhone cases, and this one decidedly had the best handling and the best stability. Plus, there's also a bunch of additional features that we'll get to in just a second. So the way this works is that it just clips onto the middle of the iPhone, and then you're able to adjust and customize the rest of the grip to your personal preference. So this gives you a super solid point of contact, similar to what you'd get on a pro camera. As I mentioned, you also get a ton of other stuff, like a ton of mounting points, so you can make this super modular and add to it anything you want, or if you just want to throw it on a vlogging tripod Casey Neistat style, you can do that as well. By the way, everything that I'm discussing in this video will be linked in the description below. So the next area where the iPhone struggles is filming yourself. Now, you might be thinking to yourself, wait, Kyle, what are you talking about? There's a selfie camera right there on the front of the phone, and you would be right. But the issue with this front-facing camera is that they haven't really updated it substantially in years. So the quality is kind of crap, and all of this epic tech that they're putting into these phones is really reserved for the big boys on the back. So what we want to do is make use of those cameras wherever possible. Now the problem is when you're using those back cameras, you can't see yourself, which obviously makes vlogging and TikToking rather difficult, and of course you gotta be seeing yourself when you're hitting that whoa. You know, there's no way that we're still doing the whoa. I am getting old. Anyways, so how do we solve for this? Well, I realized that I've got this Apple Watch, and what the Apple Watch can do is it can serve as a remote trigger for your iPhone's camera. So I did some digging around and found this super nifty little clip that lets you clip your Apple Watch to that clip and then clip that clamp to your phone. That was a mouthful. Even better, when you have the Beast Grip on your phone, you can actually just clip this clip onto the Beast Grip itself, and now you have this dope front-facing screen for your back-facing camera. And it's all in this beautiful, nice little package. Okay, so now we're stable, we can see ourselves. Our next issue is if we want to go wide or telephoto. Now, of course, the iPhone does already have a wide angle and telephoto lens, so this part is a little bit optional, but an issue with the native iPhone wide angle lens is that you can't make use of all of the features, such as the cinematic mode, and it's not really quite as good in low light. So one other nice thing about the Beast Grip is you can adjust the non-grip side of the grip and then line that up with your 1x lens, and that allows you to screw on a different high quality lens while still using the 1x lens on the phone itself. So I went ahead and got the wide angle lens, but you could also do a telephoto, and they even have an anamorphic lens. And now what you can do is take that 26mm focal range of the 1x from the iPhone and turn it into a 19mm, which is actually perfect setup for vlogging. Now, as I mentioned, of this whole setup, I would say that this part is certainly the most optional, but you can remove this side of the Beast Grip if you want to, and you can keep it a little bit lighter. Okay, so next let's talk audio. Now, one of the most important aspects of good filmmaking is actually good audio. Fun fact, the human auditory response is actually slightly faster than the visual response, so that really goes to show you how important audio is. Now we have a few different options for audio. My personal favorite is the Rode Wireless Go 2 for a couple of reasons. First is it gives you a backup audio recording directly on the Rode device itself. Second is it's more compact, so when you put it on top of this little phone rig that we've built out, you don't look quite as conspicuous. And the third is that you're able to actually put this receiver with the microphone on it on yourself. And now the closer that the mic is to yourself, the better. So this really allows you to have clean audio regardless of how far you are from the camera, rather than having to have the hot shoe mic on the camera itself. Now, I've personally paired mine with a lav mic that I already had. This is also optional because there is a built-in mic on the Rode Wireless Go 2, so you can just clip that to your shirt and you're good to go. And then a side note is that this Rode setup also comes with a second mic, so if you're recording with somebody else, you've got 2 audio feeds and they just go straight into the same thing. Now, if you're going the budget route on audio, you certainly cannot go wrong than the Rode Video Micro. This thing is super cheap, super tiny, and they actually sound really, really great. I've been using these for any of my vlogging for quite a long time. And so now that we have this whole thing all rigged out, you're ready to go. You can edit on your phone, you can shoot on your phone, you can post to social media on your phone. There really is no longer an excuse not to be posting content because you got it all. All right, so now I am super curious what you guys think about this little rig that I've put together. I spent a lot of time thinking about it and trying out a bunch of different things in hopes that it could help you. So if you did find this video helpful, I think you'll dig watching this one next, and I'll see you in the next one.